Okay, so I got my Facebook and Zoom going, so if I'm talking to both, that's why. So we're gonna start in wide-legged child's pose. If you guys wanna come on your knees, if you're only on a thin mat or you're on hardwood, you could flip your mat over as well. So if you're just joining on from Facebook there, sorry I disconnected and reconnected, but we're gonna start in wide-legged child's pose when you're ready. So bringing the knees wide and then stretching out, taking the forehead down. And we'll do about 10 deep breaths as our centering sort of pose, wide-legged child's pose. So you can let your hips sink back, try to relax into your lower back. And then see if you can really come into your breath a bit more, bringing attention to the body, attention to the breath. Slowing down your breath, so those slow, deep belly breaths. Okay, let's take 3 more nice deep breaths. A longer breath in and out through the nose. Long belly breath in, relax your jaw, hips shift back. Okay, and then slowly come up onto the hands there. So we're going to do a little flow just to warm up a bit, but it'll be a fairly slow flow. Coming into a tabletop position, give the hips a gentle shake out side to side. And then taking a rolling cat and cow. So round your back as you roll up, and then exhale, sink back a few times. Rolling up, inhale, exhale it back. You can play around with that. You can lean to the side a little bit. You can circle. Okay, come all the way back through tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath, but we're going to come back and sit on your heels. So you're stretching into the bottoms of your feet. And then take a big breath all the way up. Clasp your hands together, reaching towards the sky, taking a breath. And then lean it over to one side. Take a side bend here. So our toes are tucked under. You're stretching the bottoms of your feet. Exhale, reach a little bit further. Come back into center. And then take it over to the other side. Good. Back through the middle. Float the arms all the way down. Come forward again, back into tabletop. Wiggle your toes, move your ankles. And we're going to come into downward dog. So tuck the toes under, root through, lift the hips, and press up and back to downward dog here. Give a pretty good bend into our knees for this first down dog. Relax through your head, shoulders away from the ears. And then you can take your time pedaling into the feet. Bend one knee, bend the other. Slowly work into that. Notice any tightness in the backs of your legs here. Good. Press evenly into both hands. Take your right leg up to the sky. Open it all the way up. Try to press your left heel closer. Lift that right leg high. Bend your knee and make a few real big circles into that leg. Good. Bring it all the way back down. Go other side. Root through. Lift the opposite leg. So lift your left leg up to the sky. Bending into the knee. Circle out the left knee. Keep pressing your right heel down into the mat. And then root it back down. Look to your hands. Let's walk your feet all the way up to the front. So pretty good bend in your knees here. Upper body relaxed, head heavy. Reach your arms towards the sky. Clasp your hands together behind your back and try to lift your arms up here. Soften through your head and neck. As we rest here for a second, bend into the knees one at a time. Let pedaling motion. Bend one knee. Straighten out the other leg, back and forth. Tiny bend in both knees, and we're gonna roll up slowly. So I don't know if you can see my whole body. I think you can. There, good. Relax the shoulders down. Take your hands onto your heart and just really feel your body. Feel your feet against the floor, the little spaces between your toes. Your sense of touch, where you're feeling your hands against your chest, your feet against the floor, your heartbeat. Take a really big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Beautiful. We'll take a slow flow movement here. Inhale, take a breath, lift up. On your exhale, fold over top of the legs. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Hands to the floor, bend your knees, step your right leg back or one of your legs back. Walk it way as far as it will go and then drop into that knee. Keep your hips coming forward. You can even bring your hands on your hips here and give a gentle push towards the front. Try to tuck the low belly in, roll the shoulders down the back, and try to shine your heart open. So we're going to do a few movements with our breath. Inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, bend your elbows, pull them back. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. Bring your hands to that front leg. Press the leg away from you. Try to tuck your belly in. And you're going to twist. So you're going to twist towards that knee. Open and reach. Looking out behind you. Take 2 big breaths here. Rotate it back to center. Hands come to the mat. Step your back leg to the front. Do that slowly. As you do that, lengthen out halfway. Lift your chest halfway up. On an exhale, deep fold in. Press through the feet, sweep back up. Take 1 breath up. Exhale, fold over the legs again. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands come down, bend the knees, take your opposite leg, walk it to the back. Keep squiggling it back, lower the knee. You're welcome to flip your mat or place something if you're on hardwood. Bring your hands into the hips for a second. If you want the hips to come forward, front knee over front ankle roughly, tuck the low belly in so you're not dumping out in your belly. And let's see if you can ease into it another inch forward. We tend to pull back and resist a lot in this pose. So use your breath, close your eyes, drop your shoulders, sink your hips forward, like you're letting yourself get closer to that deep, intense stretch. And then holding that space, but working with our breath. Inhale, the arms go up. You can close your eyes if you want. Exhale, bend your elbows, pull them back, feel the heart open. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Hands to the front leg. So we're twisting again. Turn into your leg. Open that outside arm. Reach and look behind you. Twist slowly back to center. Hands come down to the mat. Gently lift that back leg. Step it forward again. Drag it to the front. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale on the fold. Press against your feet, sweep up, inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good, lift back up, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to the mat, step the legs back, both legs are going back. And then take it all the way down onto the belly here. We're gonna widen your hands to the edges of your mat, lift your elbows to the sky. Push your hips into the floor. Inhale, roll up. You don't have to go super high here, but work on dropping your shoulders down. So as you bend your elbows, roll your shoulders down. Push your hips into the floor, lift the heart. Be mindful of your back. If it feels like it's too much, don't go so high. Exhale, come back down. Do it one more time. Press into your fingertips. Push your hips in, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, take it all the way back down again. Hands underneath your shoulders, press up to the knees. Take the knees wide and come into a few breaths in a wide-legged child's pose. Hips are going back. Good. Bring it forward again. Coming onto the knees. Give the hips a little shake out there. Pull the left knee forward. Bring it in towards your wrist area. And then take the foot, walk it up. So a pigeon pose. Foot's coming further up to the side. Take that back leg back. So I'll give you an alternative to this in a second if you find this is too intense. We're going to hold up high for a minute. Press into your fingertips. Lift up through the heart. Pull the belly button in. And then slowly let yourself melt forward. Walk down onto the hands, onto the elbows, lowering down. You can use a pillow, you can use a block, you can use something under your hip. Try to relax your upper body, soften tension, let the body get heavy. So if you're finding this is too intense, move to the side more. Make it a figure four or to the side pose. It's similar. Fold over that. Or on your back, you can take a similar pose as well through the whole pose. But either way, find a spot that works for you, then close the eyes. Slow down through the breath here. See if you can hold attention on one part of your body. Find somewhere in your body that you feel something. You feel a deep stretch, a pull, tingling, heat, whatever it might be. And imagine you're shining that flashlight of attention. So you're looking to that spot, sort of mentally pushing our breath down to that spot. If you feel there's pain in your body, an injury, definitely come out of the pose or adjust it. If it's just this really deep stretch, I want you to work on holding that space. So allow yourself to feel something different, discomfort. Instead of always closing off, pulling back, just like we talked about with the emotions, when we feel something we don't like or we're not used to, we find ways to avoid it, push it away, bury it down. The same thing in the body. When we feel something a little bit different, we often tighten up our muscles. So physically, see if you can relax your muscles a little bit more through your hip, your back. The first step is just to notice that we're doing it. Notice if you feel tightness in your hands, your jaw, your face. Same idea. When we feel something, resistance in our body through our day, that idea of opening and relaxing into it. So try to open and relax into this feeling of that deep stretch. Moving away from your mind chatter around it. Just feeling it, paying attention to the breath. We got 5 more deep breaths. Come back up onto the hands, but we're going to do a little more here. So you're going to take a twist. So if for me it's my left knee is forward, so my right arm is coming down. So whatever leg's forward, the opposite arm comes across the mat. You turn to face your leg, bring your hand to your hip, and try to look over that back shoulder. So if it feels like it's too much, come up on your hand and do it. or stay down on that forearm. Rotate. If you're feeling really open and you want to go deeper, you can add on by bending that back leg and reaching for it. That's a pretty deep stretch, so do whatever feels right for you here. Even if you can do it, maybe it doesn't feel like you want to do it right now. And then work on going in your body with your attention and relaxing those areas of tightness, of resistance, of pullback, of closure, wherever we're holding. Start to notice those spaces and breathe into them. And then gently let that back leg go. Come up onto your hands. So we'll make our way out of this. You can do whatever you want to get out of it. You can come to your knees. You can take downward dog. You can make moans and groans. I shift it around or stay on your knees and move. For a second, notice each of your legs. Notice the differences you can really feel between right and left side. Come into the other side. Bring the knee forward to the wrist. Walk that back leg back. So get set up. I know you've all done this pose before, however you like it. Something under your hip, in front of you. Come down into the forearms if you want. Oh no, sorry, we did our few breaths up high here first. So push in, tuck the belly in, lift up, and take a little back bend. Open the heart, drop the shoulders. And then slowly melt forward. Feel the heaviness come down. Shoulders, arms, soften into it. Let's work on having Ujjayi breath on this round. So that ocean sounding breath, make it enough that you can hear it. You can hear the sound of your breath. You're still breathing in and out through the nose. And while you're doing that Ujjayi breath, moving attention, so a bit of a body scan through your body. Where can you find more space in your body? So where are you holding? Where are you tensing? Where are you resisting? And as you practice this more, you'll really start to feel like, whoa, I was really holding my shoulders tight. Now I feel more space there. I can feel my breath move more. Staying with Ujjayi, that ocean sounding breath. So every breath may feel a little bit different as you start to release more, you sink deeper, subtle things change in the body. The last about 30 seconds, really using that ability to focus your attention and send it into the body. Can you soften a little bit more? Arms, legs, jaw. Feel the floor beneath you, the heaviness of your body, your ocean sounding breath. back up onto the fingertips, and then you're coming into the twist. So again, it's the opposite arm to whatever leg is forward. Come across the mat. You can stay up high or come onto your forearm. Hand to the other hip. Look over that shoulder. Look behind you. And if you want to add on, maybe bringing your back foot in, reaching back for that. And notice as the pose gets deeper, we tend to tense up more. So you really have to work on softening, breathing. Letting go, coming back in through the middle. Coming up, and again, take whatever movement you'd like to get out. You can go to your knees, child's pose, or your down dog. Good, come down onto the knees there. We're going to do one more deep stretch for our legs and our hips. It's going to be frog pose. If you're on carpet, you're good. If you're on hardwood, maybe flip your mat or take some padding for your knees. Bring the knees wide so you can turn your mat around. There's probably lots of room for you to take this pose wide as you can really here. And then your feet are directly behind your knees. They're not out too far. They can be behind your knees or in. And your hips are shifting back towards your heels. So I'll show you from a different side. Knees are really wide here, feet are behind or in. Shift your hips back towards your heels and then come down onto the forearms. So you don't want to be way forward here. Walk it back. It should feel like a really deep stretch. You can use a pillow, a block, anything you'd like here to add extra support. Try to ease your way a little bit deeper, breathing out some of the tightness, the blockages that's holding us, preventing us from going further. Those tight muscles. And then as you exhale it out, there's a little bit more space for you to sink into. Maybe it's a millimeter at a time. Whatever you're working with is great. Breath by breath, we make our way a little bit deeper. We'll take about 5 more breaths. Back up onto the hands. Gently bring your hips forward. Take the knees one at a time. Back in together there. And you can stay still or you can softly move. Okay, so we're going to shift from that around into seated. Give the legs a shake in front of you. And we'll take a forward fold. You can sit on a block or pillow or directly on the floor here. Take an inhale to lift your arms up. And then exhale, reach towards your toes wherever your arms end up. Let them relax there, folding into that. I like to tuck my hands underneath my legs to resist that urge to pull down. Maybe try tucking them under your calves somewhere, wherever you are. So you're not pulling with your hands. Relax your shoulders more. Let the weight of your head start to take you deeper. You can notice your back, the back side of your ribs, the rib cage, your upper back. Just feel that soft movement of breath filling the ribs and releasing. Just gentle opening and closing. As best we can, hold attention on your back and the feeling of that soft movement with your breath. Anytime your attention gets pulled anywhere else, just note it and come back. We'll do about 1 minute. Continue to relax. Slowly walk your hands out and gently let the back roll up. Come up to seated. Keep the eyes closed. Notice how that feels through your back, your shoulders. The energy, your movement in your body. Take a breath in. Exhale it out your mouth. Slowly shift forward, and we're going to come onto your back. So as you come onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. Taking a twist. So you can take any variation on a twist. You can cross your legs. You can go one leg in, one leg out. Bring the knees to one side. But take your arms really big. Open your arms wide. Even bring them behind you slightly. Head is centered or opposite direction. You're welcome to use something under or between the knees if you'd like. back to center. Just take a breath at the middle. Take it to the other side. Drop your knees off, opposite direction. Again, make the arms be really wide and open so you feel a stretch and opening through your chest, through your shoulder. Head is centered or opposite direction. You're welcome to cross your legs or straighten one leg. Slowly release, bring the legs back to center. Take your feet down, maybe keep your knees bent. Take a big breath in. Exhale at the mouth. Do that one more time, big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Finish with about a 6-7 minute compassionate body scan. If you want to do it in a pose, you're welcome to lift your legs up. You're welcome to do supported fish, opening. If there's a pose that you want to do, or if you want to sit and do it as a formal meditation, or if you just want to lay comfy in Shavasana, you have a blanket, just take a few seconds if there's anything you need to get comfortable. And we'll start in about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to read it or walk you through it without being in the camera. So start to close the eyes, get comfortable, relax through your jaw. Notice that feeling of really arriving in your body, on your mat. Fully present. Feeling of release, nothing to do in this very moment, this very breath. You're here. Allow yourself to be here with all your senses, all your awareness. Notice your breath, the feeling of it going in and out through your nose. Add a warmth to your breath, the feeling of warmth, kindness, intention of friendship towards yourself. Bring that same attention as we rotate awareness through your body, bringing a warm, sort of affectionate, kind sense of attention, awareness to the body. Bring that attention to the top of your head, crown of your head. Imagining a light shining through the crown of the head. Your forehead. Bringing that warm attention, awareness, just an added element of kindness. Acknowledging our body for all it does for us. Our eyes, this ability to see all the beautiful things we see every day. Feeling of gratitude. Really feeling the eyes, the eyelids heavy. Your ears. Same thing, that sense of gratitude, awareness of the sense of sound, all that we hear, all the joy brought to us through what we can hear. Bring attention to your mouth, your sense of taste. Again, the gratitude for that ability. Our throat, our ability to speak, to express ourselves. Bringing warmth, kindness, gratitude. Your shoulders, the fronts and the backs of the shoulders. Each arm, the right arm, left arm, our hands, this ability to touch, give hugs, feel things in our hands. Bring attention to the chest, our heart. All that our heart holds for us. A place that holds everything. Our greatest love, our deepest losses, sadnesses, greatest joy, our vulnerability. Acknowledging that place in you, your heart. Trying to feel where the heart is in the body. Just acknowledging all that that space does for us. Bring attention to the belly, the abdomen, the stomach. All of the organs, all the stuff that goes on through our stomach, the ability to have children, to eat, digest our food. All the amazing stuff going on inside of us. And then bring attention to the right leg. Bringing awareness, loving, compassionate, kind awareness to that whole right leg, the front, the back, your foot. And your left leg. Bringing attention to the left leg. And bring awareness down to the feet. Feet that allow us to move, to walk, to stand, holding us up all day. Sending a breath of gratitude, awareness, warmth. Your whole body. Feel your whole body. Feeling of gratitude, appreciation for what it does. Sending love, kindness to maybe if you have any injuries or areas that need extra attention or love. Really feeling your whole body. Noticing your breath. Our breath that's with us every second of every day. Really feeling the breath. Adding a little smile to the face. Feeling your whole body. Imagine a light shining through your whole body. Your body's radiating light. And on the inhale, that light gets brighter. On the exhale, it dims. Start to bring a little bit of movement to your body, moving your fingers and toes. Gently moving your head side to side. Give yourself a bit of a stretch out there, reaching out the arms and legs. Start to move or wake the body up a little bit more. Take your time. If you want to stay laying a little bit longer, go ahead. If you want to come up to seated, go ahead. Either way, placing a hand on the heart or both hands on the heart. Just acknowledging yourself for creating a bit of space in your day to really give to yourself. One last breath together, breathing in. Exhaling out your mouth. And have a beautiful rest of your evening. See you soon. Thank you, everyone.